the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims & Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Did you know in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees? Through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop, you can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
The National High School Federation and the Kentucky High School Athletic Association require officials to enforce sportsmanship rules. High school athletics emphasize positive values. The participants and coaches have worked hard to create a sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and perspective. We remind you that good behavior is expected and that misconduct will not be tolerated. Let this competition reflect mutual respect among all participants, officials, and fans. Good luck to all competitors, and may everyone enjoy the greatest sporting event around, a high school state championship.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Neighbor helping neighbor. At Whitaker Bank, we believe in giving back to our communities. Through our many sponsorships, we help provide our fellow Kentuckians with family-friendly fun and events, and scholarships to help students reach their dreams. We're invested in Kentucky, and more importantly, in you. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people, because we're from here. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bluegrass Bowl, brought to you by Mingua Beef Jerky, White Greer Maggard, Atkinson, Sims & Kermode, UPS Kentucky Loop, Roberts Insurance, the Halftime Report, Sutherland Chevrolet, also by Lexington Diagnostic, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Rafferty's Restaurants, also by Double Dogs, Whitaker Bank, Kentucky Scoreboard Show. Catch them tonight at 10 o'clock, 6:30 WLAP, Kentucky Scoreboard with Rick Shaw and also Donnie Atkins. And the Scholastic Ball Report, you can catch that Sundays at noon on the CW. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Bluegrass Bowl here at Joseph K. Ford Stadium on the campus of Lexington Catholic. The first game will be Lexington Henry Clay. They will take on Covington Catholic, one of the top teams in the state. As a matter of fact, with Trinity's loss last week, Covington Catholic is the number one ranked team in the state of Kentucky overall, Coach. Number one in the state because Trinity lost last week. So Cov Cath comes in the number one ranked team. Henry Clay, they had a signature win last week, but they got to follow that up with a good outing here against Cov Cath.
Right, and if I understand it correctly, they don't rank Trinity at all until they play a in-state team.
Well,
then they start rating them.
They lost to Carmel last week.
Right, but I mean they don't. The people who rate these games and put who's first, who's number one, number two, etc.
Right.
They wait till you play a in-state team before they even start. I'd say Trinity's pretty good if they stayed that close to Carmel.
And of course, St. X lost to DeSales last week, 19-16. Our buddy over there, Kevin Wallace, he fell. Well, Henry Clay comes in. They're 1-0. They beat Tates Creek 50-12. So what do you take? We did that game last week over at Henry Clay. What do you think of that ball game?
Well, you know, Henry Clay's. They're a different football team this year than I've seen in the past. They've got the same speed, but they've got speed at all the receiver positions. They really do. And I'll tell you what, they play good defense. That's what got me. They played really good defense last week.
And Covington Catholic comes in. They're known for their defense, but last year they had a quarterback by the name of A.J. Mayer. He was a Mr. Football finalist and a candidate for that. He led them to the 15-0 undefeated season and a state championship. This year they bring in a new quarterback, Caleb Jacobs. But, man, does he have some weapons around him. He's got Casey McGinnis. All McGinnis did, you and I have seen him a number of times. Yeah. All he did last week, 4 touchdowns on just 13 carries, and he's got some big weapons, particularly in 6'5", Jack Coldiron, the big receiver. All of his receivers are 6'3", 6'4".
That's an advantage, and I think that will be an advantage against Henry Clay. Henry Clay's defense is predicated on those linebackers and that defensive line. They have speed in the backfield, in the defensive backfield, but a lot of Henry Clay's players play both ways. And Covington Catholic has a tendency to just wear teams down.
We'll step out here on PrepSpin.com. When we come back in a minute or so, we'll have the starting lineups. Henry Clay and Cov Cath here. The second game tonight will be Lex Cath as they will take on the Ryle Raiders in the second game tonight. We're here at the Bluegrass Bowl, the 24th annual Bluegrass Bowl here at Joseph K. Ford Stadium. We'll be back on PrepSpin.com.
The 100% Black Angus Betty Burger with hot, fresh, hand-cut fries. Only $4.99 at Double Dogs. And for a limited time, add a regular soft drink or tea for only 79 cents. Every day from 11 to 4 at Double Dogs.
I'm working again after being laid off, but it doesn't pay as well.
With the bills and everything else, sometimes it's a struggle just to put food on the table.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Sometimes the people that need help the most
are the very people that can least afford it.
So we've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. We've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. We want to make banking easier for you with personalized services like mobile banking, check your balances, transfer funds, and pay bills. It's banking on the go, anywhere, anytime. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin. And thanks to Crown Trophy there for a great job. They provide the plaques for PrepSpin and all the plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report for the last 16 years. They provided probably about 1,000 of those plaques to the student athletes on the Scholastic Ball Report. We appreciate that. It's Covington Catholic and Henry Clay here in the first game of the Bluegrass Bowl. We're at Joseph K. Ford Stadium on the campus of Lexington Catholic. Let's take a look at the starters for Henry Clay, the Blue Devils. Dakota Kimes will be the center, 6'3", 295 senior. And, Coach, you said it last week. It's like an offensive line here.
It's an amazing offensive line. Big, strong kids that have experience. And I tell you what, they're going to give Catholic some trouble.
Bronson Thomas, 6'3", 210 senior, the right guard. Left guard, Ben Bates. He also plays some defense, 6'3", 220 senior. He's the smallest guy of those starters. Matthew Brixey. Brixey's 6', 290 and a senior. Philip Thompson's a right tackle, 6'4", 300 pounds and a senior. Tight end is Jordan Kimball, 6'1", 185. In the backfield, DJ Van Horn, 5'10", junior. He was 7 of 10 his first outing, 249 yards. And of those 7 completions, Coach, 4 went for touchdowns.
That's pretty amazing. I really enjoyed watching him. He's got good feet. He watches his receivers. He knows what the offense is doing. Pretty impressive kid.
In the backfield will be Raymond Jackson, a 5'10 senior. Jacoby Godfrey, he's a 6'2", 160 senior. Nate Steiner, a 5'8 senior. And Langston Jackson. There's no relation between the Jacksons at all. But I tell you what, on the field, they run fast, don't they, Coach?
They both run fast. They both got great speed. And, you have a receiver. You have a guy that can be in the backfield running the football. I tell you what, they're loaded.
Covington Catholic's offense will look like this. Carter Black, 6'3", 310. He's the biggest lineman they have. A senior, Josh Sumi, will be the left guard, 6'3", 200 pounds sophomore. Ross Halverstad is a 6'1", 215 senior guard. Jackson Sora, 6'1", 220 senior, is a right tackle. And the big guy on the offensive line, Lucas Jones, he's 6'4", 270 and a junior. The tight end is Duncan Sumi, 6', 160 senior, or wide out. The X-receiver will be Zach Coburn. He's 6'3", 190. And Michael Mayer, kid headed for Notre Dame, 6'6", 240, a junior. And, boy, I tell you what a target he is, Coach. Outstanding job there. Thank you very much, Coach. How you doing? And, you look at the rest of the starters. Jacob making his second start. Caleb, a 6'4", 195 sophomore. Casey McGinnis, 5'11", 180 senior, is the running back, in Jack Coldiron. The captains are meeting out at the middle of the field here. And Michael Mayer is one of the captains. Coldiron is one of the captains for Covcath. And Tyler Royce, the backup quarterback. And the captains for Henry Clay, one of those is number 53 for the Blue Devils, and that's Philip Thompson. And let's get a beat on the other captains out there. Coach, are blocked now by the officials and the other players. I did see
53
and 67 is a captain, and that's going to be Bronson Thomas, a senior.
57.
Yeah, 57. That's there's no 57, Coach. So they're going with the captains. The official's going to mark them off. Let's see who's going to receive the ball to start the game. And it looks like Covington Catholic will receive the ball. So Covcath will receive it. It'll still be the Covcath offense that I said for you. The Blue Devil defense up front, Matt Brixey, Bronson Thomas, and Ben Bates. They play that 3-man front. Jordan Kimball, Dorian Harden, and Cameron Maynard and Chris Dabney are the linebackers. The corners are Langston Jackson and Bryson Higgins. Nate Steiner and Raymond Jackson are the safeties. So that's the defense for Henry Clay. We're just about set for football here tonight. I'll tell you what, we're going to see an outstanding kicker here for Henry Clay. Graham Wald, he went to a kicking camp, Coach, this past summer. He was 3rd in the nation.
Yeah, I tell you, that's one thing. I was kind of looking at the punting averages. Henry Clay didn't punt last week, so I have no concept of what their punters like. But so far it looks like, you know what, it's going to be pretty even in a kicking game.
It sure is, and let's see the starters. They are exactly what we gave you. We were just given the starters by the brain trusted Henry Clay. So it'll be Covington Catholic will receive the ball here, and Coach, right off the bat, they want to set the tone offensively, don't they?
I like that. I really do. I think in a game like this, second game of the season, everybody's wound up and excited. It's a beautiful night for football. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, especially if you feel like your offense is pretty strong.
And we will see the young man for the Blue Devils, Graham Wald, will kick off, and he's outstanding kicker. The referee in tonight's game, Jimmy Powell, umpire David Cornelius, linesman Andy Cecil, line judges Raymond Lightfoot, and the back judge is Tyler Pruden. So those are the officials in tonight's game. Dropping back deep for the Colonels will be Luke Sumi. He is the deep man to the far side. In the middle, Johnny Shue is over to the far. And to the bottom, they've got Tyler Royce set to receive this Graham Wald kick. And we'll be underway in the first game of the Bluegrass Bowl here at Lexington Catholic. Covcath and Henry Clay. Henry Clay 1-0, and Covcath comes in 1-0, a win over Ryle.
Convincingly.
Convincing win over Ryle, who plays in the next game against Lex Cath. I tell you, Lex Cath looked good in their opener, 51-12.
Yeah, they did. I think Ryle's going to have a rude awakening.
Sumi back deep. They're near the goal line. Also back deep is Johnny Shue. Waiting to kick off is Graham Wald for Henry Clay, and he is into it. Henry Clay in the white, and it will be Sumi at about the 5. He's at the 10. Sumi to 15. The 18-yard line and knocked down. Good tackle there. And coming in to get him for Henry Clay was Matt Steiner.
Nice tackle, really good tackle. Came in, caught him right there on about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to start at the 18-yard line, so a little short. Well, they give him the 19, so a little generous mark there.
I think so.
From my angle anyway. So Covington Catholic, they're in the blue. Henry Clay in the white with the blue pants and the gold trim. In the backfield, the quarterback is Caleb Jacob. Jacob, long count, slot to his left is McGinnis. Triple receivers out to the bottom. Fire over the left side. It's caught by Michael Mayer to 20, 25. Mayer running hard up to the 30. He got the first down up to the 30-yard line.
Defense for Henry Clay played that pretty well. They just didn't pursue to make the tackle. I guess it's the corner on that side, came up and locked onto that blocker and didn't let the runner get outside. Yeah. He had to turn inside, but the pursuit didn't get him.
Pickup of about 11 yards up to the 30, first down. This time they send triples out to the near, single receiver to the bottom, and Caleb Jacob gives now to McGinnis to the 40. McGinnis up to the 43-yard line. He's finally stopped by Ramon Jackson after a pickup. So the first pass play went for 12, and that play goes for 12 yards as well up to the 42-yard line. First down for the Covcath Colonels, Coach.
Covcath's got Henry Clay on its heels right now with run and pass mixing up there. The first two plays. I love the way they're spreading the field, too. They're double slots on each side.
Cold Iron along with Duncan Sumi splits out to the near. Motion by Michael Mayer. And Caleb Jacob gives to McGinnis up the middle. Hit and dives up to the 45-yard line. And let's see who got him there. Ben Bates helped out on the play defensively. And let's see who else.
The big man that was on the bottom there.
Yeah, that's Brixey. So
nice job. That was a really good job by both those guys.
That's the second carry by McGinnis. That time he got about 3. So 2 carries and now 15 yards for McGinnis. All he did in their first game was 13 carries, 118 yards, 4 touchdowns.
That's a half-season work in one game.
Second down at the 45-yard line, just underway. 10 minutes, 59 seconds of first quarter football here at the Joseph K. Ford Stadium at Lexington Catholic Bluegrass Bowl. Covington Catholic and Henry Clay. Later tonight, it'll be Lex Cath. They will entertain Ryle. So Sumi splits out to the left. Michael Mayer comes a slot to the right to join Cold Iron out there. And again, motion now. They fake now. And Caleb Jago looking, throws it deep downfield. And Cold Iron down there, incomplete. Going up for it. It was a jump ball with Jackson back there on Cold Iron. It was just one-on-one. Of course, Cold Iron goes 6'5".
He did, but the ball was a little overthrown, and Jackson had him covered pretty well. They're not going to outrun those guys. They're not going to outrun that secondary of Henry Clay. I noticed the inside receiver did a little curl route, and he was open. They suckered on the deep route, but he threw the deep route anyway, so they were looking to try to get the easy score.
10.5 to go in this first quarter. Third down, first big third down for the Colonels of Covington Catholic. Casey McGinnis is to the right now of Jacob. Jacob out of the shotgun, looking left, looks down the middle, fires, and it's going to be caught down to the 44-yard line. That's Zach Coburn, 6'3", 190-pound senior. First down catch to the 45.
Yeah, Anthony Sharp was all over it, but the receiver blocked him out like a basketball player, made the catch. And that's the little curl I was talking about. That's what they ran in the previous play. They're going to try to pop that ball in there real quick, and that was a nice throw. I like that. I like what they're doing.
McGinnis splits to the right of the quarterback, Caleb Jacob, the 6'4" sophomore. We've seen some big quarterbacks this year, Coach.
Big quarterbacks and receivers.
6'3", 6'4". Fake now to Sumi, give to McGinnis, hit and dropped in the backfield. What a great play turned in by Matthew Brixey, 78.
Brixey didn't fall for anything. They look on. You can watch on the replay. They ran a trap play, and number 67 for Henry Clay jammed the play inside, and then Brixey just bam popped him real good.
You got some special Brixey viewers out there tonight, don't we?
Yeah.
They're different parts of the state, Coach.
We do. We'll get over them here in a second. I find my sheet.
Second down and 11. Triple receivers to the bottom and to the top. A single receiver. McGinnis is flanking Jacob in that backfield again. Fakes now to McGinnis. Looking, fires over the right. It's caught by Mayer, and he's to the 40-yard line. Pick up of about 6. Would it be 3rd and 5 on the catch by Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer, 6'6", 240 pounds with the 7-yard reception. Makes it 3rd down and 5 at the 40.
Again, there was another curl. They're running levels routes, and levels routes means that they're having a player go short and a player go deep right behind him, and the quarterback's just picking that short receiver.
Michael Mayer, cold iron split out to the bottom. McGinnis to the right in the backfield. Motion now, and they give it now to Sumi. Sumi right side, hit and dropped. Here's a flag down as he's dropped there by Langston Jackson and Ramon Jackson, and there's a penalty marker down coming in the area of holding against the Colonels of Covington Catholic. Bring this one back. Instead of 3rd and 5, it'll be 3rd and about 15.
That's good. We're looking at the replay. You can see the replay here. It was just a jet sweep is what it was, and the hold must have occurred a little bit inside. Yeah, it was inside.
So they'll bring it back in 3rd and 10. It's from the spot, I believe. So 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 15. 3rd down. They've got to get down to the 35-yard line for a first down. This time they will send Coburn along with Mayer. And to the near side is Jack Coldiron. Now motion now by Sumi. Here's the snap now. Quarterback Jacob looking near side, and it's going to be caught by Sumi to the 35, and he's to the 33, and the young man loses his helmet there. That's Langston Jackson lost his helmet. He'll have to go out of the ball game. First down there by Covington Catholic's Luke Sumi, the 6'2 senior. Boy, nice catch there by Sumi.
Yeah, that's a first big play of the game right there. They would have had 4th down and long. So that was a really nice job of throwing the ball in there. They ran trips on this side, and again hit the sideline. Henry Clay is not. They're rolling the secondary toward the motion, and they threw toward the motion that time.
This drive started all the way back at the 19-yard line, Coach. Boy, Cubcats is moving it down. 33, first down. Inside handoff, McGinnis, 30. He's to the 25, 20, and he spins around to the 15, the 10, being chased and pulled down. And pulled down at about the 1-yard line. Pulled down there by the speedster, Ramon Jackson.
Oh, and Ramon Jackson, that was like unbelievable how quick he caught up to that runner.
McGinnis down to the 1. So that was a pickup of about 32 yards for Covington Catholic, and they're trying to take the early lead. 7:44 to go here in the first quarter.
Extremely good spot by the official. He put that exactly where the ball went down. You can see that on the replay. Really nice.
Jacob's done a good job on this drive. Has only 1 incompletion on this drive, Coach.
I know, and they're running the ball and running the jet sweep, throwing the inside curls.
They've brought in Jacob Shriver, number 35 with McGinnis. They got double tights at the 1-yard line. Jacob the quarterback, and they might have taken too much time.
Can we see a replay of that, William? Just that right there. Take a look at this offensive formation, Gary, and people at home watching. They have 2 people to the left of the center. That's an unbalanced line.
Yeah.
Only 2 people there. Everybody's on this side. We used to call that dark because they don't really have 4 offensive linemen lined up tight to the right. They have spread out people. but it really forces the defense to really spread itself out. And I think they were going to snap the ball and run it right off tackle there.
So that marks it back to the 6-yard line. Colonels will have it that. Shriver is in the backfield with McGinnis. Double tights against Sumi in motion away from us. They give it to Sumi on the sweep. Around the left side. Sumi at the 5, trying to get in and down the 1-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and goal for Covcath inside the 1-yard line.
We'll see that again. Take a look at the jet sweep. See if he gets in. That's close, I tell you. His knees he was on top of another player. That might have been a touchdown.
So Luke Sumi and Duncan Sumi, they back each other up at that spot, but we've seen a lot of 16 in here in the game. Let's see what the Colonels do here. They've got a lot of options, 2nd down and goal.
Dark formation again to the right.
Jacob under his center. Blitz being shown. Gives him McGinnis, and he gets in. Touchdown. Casey McGinnis, his 5th touchdown of the season, and with 6:59 to go in the first, Covcath goes up 6-0.
Those big offensive linemen opened up a hole, and McGinnis just ran through the tackle. That was a tough tackle because you have to meet the guy on the line of scrimmage and drive him back, and you can't do it by grabbing their legs.
The extra point coming up here by Trey Granati, a sophomore. So Granati will kick it out of the hold of Tyler Royce, backup quarterback. Royce puts the placement down. The kick is up, and Granati's kick is good. So on a Granati point after touchdown, the Colonels 7. Blue Devils will get the ball here. We'll be back on the PrepSpin.com.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's is a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community.
Here's the kick by Granati, and it's a low kick taken by Jackson at the 10. Jackson the 20, 25, and Jackson will go up to the 27-yard line, be hemmed in over there by a host of Covington Catholic defenders. Zach Allen will be the nose. It'll be Grant Hemmer, the defensive end, along with Ross Halverstadt, the defensive end. Tyler Royce, Jacob Shriver, Michael Mayer, Jack Coldarn, the inside linebackers. The corners are Casey McGinnis and Duncan Sumi. Jackson Blank and Andrew Shelton are the safeties. We already set the Henry Clay offense. DJ Van Horn, coach, will be the quarterback, and this is the first offensive series for the Henry Clay Blue Devils.
Good look at him here. We've got some stats we can hit you with in a second about that drive from Covington Catholic.
It covered 81 yards, and it just took 5 minutes plus is all it took. First down at the 27. Back to pass is Van Horn. Getting pressure. Van Horn rolling right. DJ dumps it downfield, and it's incomplete, trying to go up to the 48-yard line. And I tell you what, Ramon Jackson was calling for the flag there, and there was some contact, but no call.
Yeah, he threw it a little bit behind him, though, Gary. That was the problem. In that first drive, Gary, McGinnis averaged 9.4 yards a carry in that first drive. He had 5 carries for 47 yards, and, of course, the quarterback.
Yeah, he only had one incompletion.
One incompletion.
4 or 5.
Unbelievable.
Second down, and DJ Van Horn, the son of Darren Van Horn, the boxer. That's right, the Olympic boxer. Here's DJ, little screen. He's got his man Jackson. Jackson to the 37, and he's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. But I tell you what, when you get it to Langston Jackson, he gets those wheels going. It's hard to bring him down, Coach.
Yeah, Sumi made the tackle, and I tell you, he was lucky to get that tackle. I think if somebody would have held the block about 1 second longer, that might have gone, because once he breaks into the secondary, they're not going to catch him.
Third down at about 2 for the Blue Devils of Henry Clay. They're down 7-0 to this number 1 ranked Covington Catholic football team. 7-0 with 6 minutes, 8 seconds to go. First quarter action, third down and a long 2 for Van Horn. He's got a full house. He gives it out the middle, and Steiner not going anywhere. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, Steiner. So he picked up about a yard. He needed 2, so it's going to be fourth down. And Henry Clay, they're going to bring in, looks like they're going to bring in their punter.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle by number 63 for
That's Hemmer.
Covington Catholic.
That's Hemmer, Grant Hemmer.
Nice job.
Henry Clay, and going back will be Casey McGinnis in punt return, and set to return this walled punt here on fourth down. Boy, they just needed a yard, and boy, that Covcat defense is stout up the middle, Coach.
They are stout up the middle. The object is to get into that second level if you can with your runners, or throw the ball to those speedsters.
Timeout called on the field with 5:19 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Covington Catholic, and we'll tell you that Mingua Beef Jerky, proud to sponsor White Greer Maggard, Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode, the UPS Kentucky Loop, Roberts Insurance. The Roberts Insurance halftime report. What you got coming up for that?
Oh, I've got some UFOs, and you make the call, some rule work we're going to do today.
Sutherland Chevrolet, don't text and drive. The Lexington Diagnostic Center, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Rafferty's Restaurants, Double Dogs, Whitaker Bank, Kentucky Scoreboard Show. Catch out Rick Shaw and Donnie Atkins tonight at 10 o'clock on the Scoreboard Show. 40 stations throughout the state of Kentucky. Scholastic Ball Report, that's Sundays at noon, beginning September 2nd, and the Crown Trophy.
We have some shout-outs. We have Jack and Diane Estridge in Cedarville, Ohio. And we have Greg Brixey in Atlanta, Georgia, and Rob Brixey in Orlando, Florida. Hi from everybody here at PrepSpin.
Hi there in Cedarville, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, and Orlando. A high punt. This is not a good grand wall punt.
Well, it was a bad
takes
snap.
a 45, and that's where they will touch it down. That's where Henry Clay will have it. Will give it to Covington Catholic, and Henry Clay will down it there at the 45-yard line.
We have another shout-out. This is personal. Shout-out to my son Ben, who is sitting out a hurricane in Hawaii right now, where he's stationed in the Air Force. So it's supposed to hit about now, later on tonight. So hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah.
If he has reception, he's going to watch the game.
That's a dedicated young man right there. Let's see what Henry Clay's defense can do here. They're down 7-0. This Covcath offense is high-powered. You got twins to both sides. Andy Malik is now split out to the far, and there's jumping off sides. Is going to be Dorian Harden. So instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 5.
Oh, Covington Catholic loves that. They love that 1st and 5.
Chomping at the bit, aren't they?
Yep. They got a little advantage now against that big defensive line for Henry Clay.
Slot to the near side, and the quarterback, Jacob, waiting for that snap. And he gives inside McGinnis. McGinnis dancing. He's got the first down and more. The 40, still running 35, 30, and slammed down from behind. Let's see where they mark him at about the 20-yard line. And that time McGinnis is going to get about 25 yards.
Raymond Jackson and Langston Jackson combined for that tackle.
Yeah, you got all that speed right there with a 1 and 9.
Yeah.
They're going to catch you every time, Coach.
No, they did.
You're not going to bust one past those two, but the problem is he was already 20 yards downfield before they got to him.
Yeah, they have a pretty looking offense. They're really mixing it up quite a bit. Their offensive line is nice and stout.
Zach Coburn is out to the top. Wideouts and Michael Mayer is a slot with Malik to the near side. And Cato looking that way, throwing and it's up, a jump ball, touchdown. It was a jump ball between Michael Mayer at 6'6" and Jackson Langston at 5'10", and 6'6" going to win that jump ball every time.
Yeah, Langston had position. He had great position.
Let's look at that again.
Yeah, we're going to look at that again and see if there's any kind of little push-off or anything. But I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a – Gary, that's 2 weeks in a row we've seen that kind of a play.
Yep, here it is, Coach. Quarterback laid it right up for him.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
The young man jumped too soon.
Yeah,
Jackson mistimed his jump.
He mistimed his jump, and what a nice throw, though. Really nice.
4:57 in the first. Covington goes up by 2 scores. The kick is up by Granati, and it is good. So 14-0. Covington Catholic on a sensational catch by Michael Mayer. We'll be back here. Covington Catholic 14. The Blue Devils of Hendrick Clay nothing. It'll be Lexington Catholic battling Ryle later tonight here on PrepSpin.com.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky High School Athletic Directors Association.
Granati set to kick off to the Jacksons. They're both back deep. Vermont is to the near side. Short kick and taking a good job by Henry Clay up at the 36-yard line. Let's see who jumped on that. That was Steiner who jumped on that ball there to 36.
Yeah, Steiner did a good job, Big Gary. A lot of times these guys want to grab the ball and run because they don't get the ball when they're up backs like that very often. Yeah. But the problem is you don't realize how fast the defense is on you.
You're right, Coach. Henry Clay was very close the last possession to that Jackson pass, going a long way. Let's see what they have here for the Covington Vaughan defense.
Yeah, they've got to spread them out a little bit. They've got to spread them out, and they have to keep the pressure away from the quarterback.
So DJ Van Horn at the 36-yard line. Fakes to Jackson, rolls it, and he is sacked, and he's going to be sacked by Halverstadt Rossi, 6'2", 210-pounder.
Yeah, the big defensive end just locked it in, completely locked it inside. And they shut that down completely.
Halverstadt just caught him in the backfield, threw him down. 2nd down and 12 at the 34-yard line, and DJ Van Horn has the play coming in from the sideline. 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Covington leads Henry Clay 14-0. Lexington Catholic against Ryle in the next game here at the Bluegrass Bowl. 2nd down, trip set to the near side. DJ Van Horn goes to Jackson. Jackson into the secondary up near the 40-yard line, about 5 yards. He's hauled down there by Michael Mayer and Cold Iron. Number 13, Jack Coldiron got him, 6'5", and it's going to be 3rd down and about 7.
Screen early, screen often. I like the screen pass. It's always so close to breaking it because, you can accelerate through that defensive line. There's like 2 people out there that can make the tackle right away. If you get past them, you got a lot of yardage. I think they've got a play in their repertoire called what I call a fox screen, where they fake the screen and go deep with the other receiver. That might help them.
Jacoby Godfrey splits out to the near side. Jackson is out to the far side. And Steiner in the backfield with Van Horn. Fakes to Steiner, looking to pass. Little screen, and it's incomplete. Trying to go over the middle, little bubble screen, and he was trying to go to Langston Jackson, and incomplete. And that's going to force another punt by Henry Clay. So they're 3 and out on both plays, both series.
Tyler Roush, I guess that's the way you pronounce it, Tyler Roush, really had that covered well. He didn't fall for anything at all. He just sat in there and where the screen pass was, in a middle screen pass.
So here comes the punt. Jackson blank, and Casey McGinnis dropped back deep.
Blue Devils need a good one, Gary.
Yeah, let's see if Graham Wald can get off a better kick this time than last. Waiting for the snap. High snap over his head, and he will go back and get it, and he'll try to run it out. He punts it with his left foot, and it goes out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it at. And they're going to mark it. The official's going to come down to the 36-yard line.
That was a good punt. So. Honestly, the punt didn't get him any yardage. It's not going to help his average. But good grief. Look at this. The ball's centered way over his head. He's a right-footed punter.
Yep. gets it.
He goes and says, "The heck with it, I'm putting the ball."
Punting with my left foot. That's a good job to get it out of there to the 30.
What did he say about, let's see, about 20 yards?
Covington Catholic right now trying to go for the juggler. They're already up 14-0, and they have the ball at the 36. Michael Mayer along with Zach Coburn, and they split Duncan Sumi out to the top.
He's huge.
Now motion comes Sumi. And Jacob waiting for that snap. Jacob back in the pocket. He's got time. Steps up, throws it downfield, and it is going to be a touchdown as he finds Duncan Sumi in the end zone.
All right, we'll see that again. That was one of those, what we call a takeoff pattern. There's a lot of different names for it. Actually, really good throw, Gary.
He was hit, too.
Yeah, he was hit on his arm when he threw the ball because it was a little wobbly. That was pretty impressive.
He went that speed by Langston Jackson. He couldn't catch up with that one.
Yeah, they put the big receiver on a curl on the inside and ran the inside receiver out deep.
Jackson Blank will come in and hold this time instead of Tyler Royce. Granati with the extra point. Granati has the extra point, and Blank gets it down. Granati's kick is up, and it is going to be good. So 21-0, Covington Catholic all over Henry Clay. 3:06 to go. Can Henry Clay come back from 3 scores here in the first quarter? We'll find out here on PrepSpin.com.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. We've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. Kentucky owned, Kentucky based, always has been, always will be. Yeah, you could say we are a unique bank, and we're proud of it. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Here's the kick taken by Jackson back at the 5. He's out to the 15, 20, dancing the 20, and dropped right there at the 20. He kind of stutter stepped, and that's what cost him because coming in that time to finish him off was Thielen and Tyler Royce. I believe it was Royce who finished him off, but he'll start right there at the 20-yard line.
Gary, these stats are typical of what the game is. We're looking at the stats right now, and, I mean, they're only averaging – heck, Steiner is averaging 1 yard a carry, and everybody else is minus yardage.
Henry Clay has it. They're down 21-0 here in the first quarter. 3 minutes to go. DJ Van Horn sends motion now by Langston Jackson. Back in the pocket. Van Horn rolling to the right. Set up, getting pressure. Now rolls it back. Van Horn heaves it downfield, and it's caught by Jackson up at the 30. Jackson to 35, 36. What a play by DJ Van Horn. And Jackson, who had the perseverance to get that football and pick up 36 yards and a first down. That's a 16-yard pickup. Well, that was a good play.
Van Horn looked like the Tasmanian devil out there, spinning and running and moving and spinning. And he made that play. He extended that play and made it. Now, he had to be careful running back there in the end zone, though.
Langston Jackson gets out in the open field. He's gone, Coach.
Yeah, they're lucky they got him that time.
Yeah. At the 36, Henry Clay, 2:27 to go here in the first quarter. Van Horn sends Steiner in motion. Back to pass. And Van Horn rolling to the right. Gets rid of it. He's got to Jackson. Jackson to 40. Jackson coming to the near side. At the 45, he's at midfield. He's gone. 40. There are flags down. There are flags down to the 10. 5 touchdown. Penalty flags down. Back in the backfield.
Yeah, wow. That was it looked like a hold back there. Yeah, the hold back in the backfield. Let's look at it again.
That's a shame because that nullifies a great play.
It was right when he threw the ball, right about there.
I don't know, Coach.
Right.
Yeah, I guess they're saying 78.
Yeah, they got it.
But that was a great electrifying play there by Jackson, Ramon Jackson.
Yeah, now he's a little tired now.
Yep, don't throw it to him, throw it to the other Jackson.
Throw it to the other guy. Guy with the same name, no relation, same speed.
2:04 to go in the first quarter. So the touchdown will be called back on the hold. And that's going to come back, and let's see where they mark it at. They're going to mark it at the line of scrimmage because it's from the point of contact. Mark it at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, it was offsetting penalties, Gary. They had a hold against Henry Clay and a face mask against Kaplan.
So they'll play it over.
Play it over like it never happened.
Henry Clay wants to play to count.
Yeah,
they had a touchdown. That would have been a 56-yarder. Waiting for the snap. Van Horn triple set to the left side. He's going to step up. Van Horn rolling to the right. Sumi tracks him down. Well, Sumi got him from behind. Luke Sumi. I tell you what.
He's impressive.
He is. That kid, he is. Let's look at his size, Coach. I think he is. He's 6'2", 190.
Yeah, good speed, you know. Just a good football player all the way around. That play that was offsetting penalties, I'm going to give you just a little teaser. At halftime, we're going to do a rule where it was changed that is related to that. You'll like it.
What change is related to
that? There's a change in a rule lately.
2nd down and 8 for Henry Clay. Long count by Van Horn. Minute 17. Now DJ Van Horn, and we're going to have delay a game, I believe.
Oh, that's not good.
Not sure what he was probably changing the play or something because that's going to bring up 2nd and 13 now instead of 2nd and 8. Back to the 33-yard line.
Nice night here, Gary. Really nice night. Beautiful field, beautiful stadium.
2nd down here on PrepSpin.com. Henry Clay and Covington Catholic. Right now, Cov Cath up 21-0. Pass left to the far side. It's caught, and Jackson's going to be hauled back. That was good defense. Plenty of players over there. Shriver was over there. I tell you, half the defense was over there, Coach. Third down.
Yeah, I think 3 guys met him as soon as he caught the ball. That's just good defense.
3rd down and 12. 50 seconds in the first quarter. We'll have later tonight the homestanding Knights against the Raiders of Ryle.
Coach Hutchinson watching the game?
Awesome. He had his bike stolen, I think yesterday or today.
Oh, no.
Got to find that bike, Coach. Here's a pass, Vandal, and it is incomplete off the fingertips of Jordan Kimball, the intended receiver, at about the 40-yard line, just off his fingertips. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, just a post pattern. The defensive backs, the safeties were back too deep.
They say if the ball hits that hand, you should catch the ball.
Yeah, that was a little overthrown, though. That ball, when he saw he was that open, with the 2 safeties behind him, let him catch the ball, even if you have to throw a little bit short. Make sure you complete the pass.
So Graham Wall trying to get off a good punt here. He has been pressured this is his 3rd punt. Good snap this time. Wall gets off a much better punt, and it drives back Jackson Blank to the 45. He's to the 50, to the 40, and Blank lowers his shoulder, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And that's where they're going to mark him at. And there is a flag down back at the 40-yard line. There's a flag down back here.
Boom, we had a nice block on number 9, and then another guy tripped over him. But there's a flag.
Flag on the play. And he might have hit a guy in the back. Might have been a block in the back. And let's see, they're going to mark it back here. Yeah, that's going to be the call. And bring it back on a pretty good return there by Jackson Blank. He's a senior. Pretty good little return there.
Yeah, if we could show that, I don't know if you can go back to it again or not, but they called a block in the back, and people have this misconception, I hear people booing, that the head has to be in the front to be a block? Well, no, not at all. It's where the contact is that matters.
Yes, sir.
It's the contact. And he hit him in the back shoulder. Now, in defense of the person who got the penalty against him, the defensive player was falling down. And so it was really impossible for him to change his angle, his trajectory. So
Caleb Jacob, the 6'4" sophomore quarterback, taking over for A.J. Mayer. And he's done a good job in the first game and a quarter. Thrown 2 touchdowns in this one. Back in the pocket, and he rolls to the right, keeps it, and he's going to be hit. It dropped there by Henry Clay. Tackle was made. Let's see who gets up. That's going to be Jordan Kimball. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Boy, the first quarter was dominated by Covington Catholic, the defending state champs. They have a 16-game winning streak coming into this. That's longer than anybody in the state. And Covington Catholic, ranked number 1 in the state. Henry Clay, nothing, 21-0. Cov Catholic. We'll be back on PrepSpin.com.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Joseph K. Ford Stadium as we head to the second quarter. Cov Cath up 21-0. And the quarterback, Jacob, back in the pocket. He's got time. He's hit it. He's
nice.
Sack loose football. Big lineman drops on it, though. Ball comes out of there, and, boy, he was drilled. Coming in there to get him was Jordan Kimball. He lowered the boom.
I think Kimball was upset about dropping,
not getting
that pass. Yeah, he was fired up.
Yeah, he thought they should have had that ball.
Stats obviously favor Covington Catholic. 8 first downs, or let's see, first downs, 8 first downs. The Henry Clay's 1 first down.
That's the first time, though, they've gotten to the quarterback, Jacob, on that big hit there by Kimball. Unfortunately for them, Jones, big lineman there, stepped on it inside of McGinnis. McGinnis up to the 20 and to the 23, gets the original yardage back for the Cov Cath Colonels, and this is the first time I think we're going to see a punt here by the Colonels.
It is. Matt Brixey is holding up that middle, but they're not running the middle. Might be a better idea, Sam, to get some quicker people in there, because that's what they're doing. They're just running the jet sweeps and throwing the football at you.
Here comes the punt here, and it's John Lowry. First punt, good punt. And it's going to bounce at the 40, back to the 35.
Oh, that was
and
stupid.
He scoops it, and Cov Cath, and they're going to battle for it. Let's see who's got it. Cov Cath says they've got it. Henry Clay says they've got it.
I think Henry Clay's guy was on the bottom.
Let's see, and it's going to be Henry Clay ball. Henry Clay, able to jump back on it and able to recover it there for Henry Clay.
Yeah, you got to leave that one alone.
That was Jacoby Godfrey who got that ball.
It looks like, yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You got that right, Gary.
Jacoby Godfrey.
Jacoby Godfrey wrestled it away.
10:37 to go in the first half. Coming up, the Roberts Insurance Halftime Report. Coach Meehan will give you all the halftime UFOs, and you make the call.
What I said before about Big Brixey in the middle,
yep.
I just don't want him over the center. I'd put him out over the guard and take care of that middle screen and those things.
DJ Van Horn rolling out. Gets blitz from the left side. Rolls right, and he's almost sacked. Rolls to the left. And there comes Van Horn. Boy, he's a tough kid. Won't go down. Finally goes down to the 27-yard line.
He looks like a boxer out there, swinging those arms and driving and moving his legs. And
Himmer finally got him.
Really impressive.
Grant Himmer finally got to him at the 28-yard line, so loss of 7, second down and a long 16, 10:05 to go in the first half. Covington Catholic, if you're just tuning in, on 2 touchdown passes, Coach.
They've been quiet here in the second quarter, really.
Michael Mayer has a touchdown catch. Sumi has a touchdown catch. McGinnis has a touchdown run. That's the three scores. 9:45, second down. Pass left side, incomplete, goes through the hands of Ramon Jackson.
Let's look at that again, William. We're trying to look at that screen here.
That was just high. If Ramon Jackson catches that.
Yeah, I'm worried about. I'm looking at Van Horn's feet on this. He's running the screen.
Kentucky loop replay by
right,
UPS.
He's looking inside. That's good. Good with his. Oh, he threw it off his back foot.
Yeah, just threw it high.
But
there was coverage out there.
Yeah, I know, but he threw it off his back foot. He's great job with his eyes. Tremendous. That's the first time I've seen it this year in any of these games. A quarterback that looks things off like that.
Third down from the 28-yard line. Van Horn back to pass. Van Horn steps up and he's hit, and but he doesn't drop it. He holds onto the ball. He was hit, but he held onto the ball as Halverstadt, 51, got to him. And boy, he released the ball, Coach. He was able to pull it back in.
How did he catch it? He caught it himself. Look, it got knocked out of his hand.
Is that a completion to yourself?
No. That's not a completion. Quit stretching it a little bit. Now you're trying to give him some stats.
Yep, trying to pat their stats.
Yeah, well, that's not going to work, buddy.
Henry Clay will punt. Graham Wall will punt. Back deep, McGinnis.
You know what happened the last time they tried to punt?
Yep, and Blank. McGinnis to the near side. Blank's to the far. High snap. Wall, and it goes over his head. Picked up by, here we go, Cov Cass going to take it in for the score. They picked it up, and they took it in for the score, and that was Zach Coburn, number 80. He picked it up.
Oh, boy. Come on, center. The center's just overexcited. He's firing that ball way back there too high. In high school football, take a look. There's not a person over the center. There really isn't. There's a guy standing back 3 yards because you're not allowed to hit the center.
And Coburn just scooped it up.
When he snaps it.
Look who he beat in the zone. He beat number 11, Maynard. Here comes Granati in for the extra point. The placement down and the kick up by Granati, and Trey Granati makes it 28-0. Covington Catholic leading the Blue Devils of Henry Clay. 8:52 to go in the first half. We'll be back on PrepSpin.com.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
This is where it all started. Right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Back here at Joseph K. Ford Stadium. Here comes the kick by Granati of Covington Catholic, and it's going to be Jackson at the 5. Comes out to the 10, turns on the Jets to trying to get outside. Jackson a fumble, and let's see who's got it as he fumbles it at the 17. But
Henry Clay retains.
Yeah, Henry Clay got back on it.
I tell you what, they need to get something going here. There's 8 minutes and 43 seconds to go in this quarter for the half, and Henry Clay has done absolutely nothing offensively other than one big play. And then the biggest play they had got called back.
Yeah, it was called back and holding. So they got it at the 17. First down. Boy, Henry Clay's offense was clicking on all cylinders. They had a couple of pick sixes last week against Tage Creek.
They did. They looked real good last week.
But this is a different animal, Covington Catholic. Van Horn gives now right side. Jackson upended, and he's going to be pulled down. Good play turned in the second in the backfield. And the play was made by John Lowry, the junior.
Yeah, he looks really good out there, too. Tall, lanky young man.
Michael Mayer's the captain on defense, the middle linebacker. He calls the plays. Going to Notre Dame.
Mayer, yeah, the guy that made that tackle is playing inside. He's playing a defensive guard.
Van Horn, second down, takes a snap, quick out, goes out there to Jackson, and he is tackled in the open field. Good tackle turned in, and making that play out there was Andrew Shelton, and Shelton showed some quicks out there.
Shelton showed some quicks, but there's nobody blocking him. There is not a soul blocking him, and he's the man that's covering the receiver. There is a real problem with the blocking. I'm sure they're going to have to straighten that out at halftime. They want to run those screens, and they want to get their speedsters in the open, but you got to get that one block.
It helps.
Yeah.
7 minutes, 25 seconds to go. First half, 28-0. Covington Catholic on top of Henry Clay. Van Horn's going to keep it. And he is going to be hemmed in, running backwards, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 5-yard line.
We have an injury on the field here. One of the Covington Catholic guys is hurt.
Yeah, one of the Cov Cav players down. The trainers will have to come out and tend to him.
Yeah, I think it's his arm. I think he hurt his arm. I was watching that. Yeah. Yeah. He landed on his arm.
Yeah, it's 47 for.
Yeah, that's not good. He landed on his left arm.
That's Jacob Tiemann, senior.
Ooh, he twisted his arm. He's lucky he's off the field now, thank goodness. Or is he? Nope.
So Tiemann, the injured player, down.
Yeah, this is going to take a while, Gary.
7:03 to go in the first half, and Covington Catholic 28, Henry Clay nothing. Gary Ball with Mike Meehan, and also William Warfield producing here on PrepSpin.com, the leading digital network in the state of Kentucky. And Corey Rayner, our videographer, up there up top.
Corey does a great job. Yeah, he hurt that left arm. I mean, we could see that happen on the replay. Hopefully he'll be okay. Trainers out here are really good. They've got doctors on the sideline, trainers. This is a really well-run bowl, Gary. They do a great, and they've had plenty of experience running it.
Yeah, 24 years.
Yeah, that's plenty of experience. Oh, Lord, we do not need a high snap here.
Jackson Blank back deep, and also Casey McGinnis. Yeah, you don't need a snap here. Go be a safety. Graham Wall looking for that good snap. He can punt when it's a good snap to him. Gets a good kickoff, a high kick. Casey McGinnis, 35, bobbles it, and it's going to be recovered. McGinnis was able to jump back on it at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, our buddy Ramon Jackson was right down there. If he had been 1 second sooner, he would have got on that ball himself. He knows it too. Look, he's saying, "Oh crap!" You know.
Well, that's when you tell yourself, if I was just hustling a little bit more, hustling down there, you're kind of. I'm not saying he wasn't hustling, but you just need to get there a little quicker.
Well, they question themselves too. They know that maybe a little bit more effort or a little different angle, even could have got him there.
Your thoughts of this Covington Catholic team, Coach?
They're very good offensively. I'm really impressed. Defensively, I'm really interested in what they're doing. I'll tell you in a minute why.
Twins to the top. To the bottom is Coburn. McGinnis is slot to the right of Jacob. Jacob back to pass. Jacob looking, waiting, throws it over the middle to Michael Mayer, and he dives for it at the 26-yard line. Michael Mayer, that was just he was cut right over the middle of the field. Mayer was just sitting there waiting for the ball.
Yeah, and that's a good job by the quarterback. A lot of times people think that ball should be thrown farther down the field. Now watch what he does. He protects his receiver. Watch. He's going to keep the ball low. Bam. Was a little bit behind him.
The only one that's going to catch that ball is Michael Mayer.
Right, yeah. It was a little bit behind him, but again, I like those passes like that.
Jacob, a 6'4" sophomore. McGinnis is to the right, Twins to both sides at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10, Covington Catholic. And Jacob pumps and throws, and it's going to be incomplete, trying to go to Michael Mayer.
He's got some problems with his hands there. You know, if you watch the quarterback that time, he kind of fumbled the ball a little bit in his hands. I think he wants the quick pass, but he's looking for the strings on the ball too. You can't do that. You got to throw the ball, grip and rip. Get the ball, throw it out fast as you can.
So brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 10.
That's the first mistake he's made, as far as I'm concerned.
It's only the, second incompletion?
Yeah.
So we have twin receivers to the top, Coburn, and also splits out to the bottom. Now motion by Shue. And handoff McGinnis, dancing into the line to 20. McGinnis bouncing outside. McGinnis to the 10 and run out of bounds there by Jackson.
Really a very good run, very good play by McGinnis. He's extremely quick. We're going to hear a lot about him this year, Gary.
Yeah,
we're going to hear a lot about him. Watch his quickness. Bam, he just pops outside. Tremendous block. Really, really good block by 59 for Covington Catholic. You need to mention him.
Yeah, that's Sora, the right tackle.
Fantastic block.
Jackson
Good job.
Sora, 220-pounder, a senior. Made a nice block on that one. So Coburn splits out to the bottom. Jacob sends motion. Shue gives a Shue and a sweep. Jet sweep. He's hit and dropped. Nice play turned in, and that's nicely done by Chris Dabney.
Dabney did a great job. He has really good speed too. We're looking at a lot of fast players, but Catholic is just blocking the people up front and getting the yardage on the running plays.
Dabney's speed is the only thing that save this from being a 35-0 game.
Absolutely.
He had some quicks. You mentioned, Coach, a lot of quick players out there, a lot of speed. Cold Iron splits way out to the top, and Sumi goes out there as a slot. McGinnis is to the right of Jacob. Jacob takes it, now rolls right, looking down the middle. Hit,
there
and
he's
going to Brixie sacks him at the 20-yard line. What a hit by Matthew Brixie.
He crunched him. He good. That was a good job by Brixie. We're talking about him being able to stop the run in there. That time he blew past the center and made a great hit. Great tackle. I don't think the quarterback ever saw him coming.
Well, Brixie made sure of that tackle. 290-pounder, a senior. Sacks him all the way back at the 19. It'll be 3rd down and 18.
He heard the dinner bell that time, didn't he?
He sure
did. He heard the dinner bell and went for it.
Twins to the top, and we're going to have a timeout called. So 3rd and goal from the 18. 4:37 here in the first half. And again, we want to thank some of our sponsors here: Mingua Beef Jerky, White Greer Maggard, Atkinson Sims and Kermode, UPS the Kentucky Loop, Roberts Insurance halftime report coming up, Coach. Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, Lexington Diagnostic, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Rafferty's Restaurants, with a specials you, Double Dogs, Whitaker Bank. Kentucky Scoreboard Show tonight at 10 o'clock with Rick Shaw and Donnie Atkins. Scores from around the state of Kentucky. Kentucky Scoreboard Show right here locally on 630 WLAP. Scholastic Ball Report Sundays at noon on the CW Crown Trophy. I want to thank all those sponsors here on the network. And you've got Covington Catholic and Henry Clay, and that's a big defensive play there by Matthew Brixie, Coach, and they needed that.
Yeah, all his relatives watching this game, you can be really proud. He's fighting like crazy inside. He's just fighting like crazy.
And out to the top, Twins to the bottom. Jacob with McGinnis in the backfield. Snap, looking left. Throws it in the left side, and it's going to be incomplete. And intended receiver down there was going to be Tyler Royce, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coburn was down there. Coburn, excuse me.
Most of the receivers were to the other side. They brought Coburn down and on a little corner pattern, but it was really well covered.
So they're going to try a field goal from Granati at the 25, be a 35-yard field goal. So Granati, Trey, a sophomore, so left hash, be a 35-yarder. Waiting for the placement down. Granati's kick is up, and it is good.
Oh, man.
So Granati with a 35-yard field goal, and Cov Cath with 4:28 to go in the first half. They lead Henry Clay 31-0. We'll be back here. Granati there with the 35-yarder on PrepSpin.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop. You can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
Granati set to kick it off, and he just had a 35-yard field goal. Jackson back deep, and here's the kick, and Jackson's going to scoop at the 5. He's at the 10, 15. Jackson up the middle, and he's up to about the 24-yard line. That's a return there by Ramon Jackson with 4:21 to go in the first half. Covington Catholic 31. The Blue Devils have yet to score. The only touchdown they had tonight was called back because of a hold in the middle, and that was a long pass, and it was to Jackson.
It's interesting that the battle here, really, you think it's the offense for Covington Catholic, but it's both defenses. Henry Clay's got that big defense down front, and they've done a pretty good job of stopping anything comes up the middle. But what's hurting them is the passes on the outside. Other than Covington Catholic, they've got smaller, quicker guys inside because they're trying to match up with the speed of Henry Clay.
DJ Van Horn with the Jackson split gets now Langston, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Very little gain there. And in on the play was Grant Hemmer, the defensive end. Hemmer 6'3", 210, and a senior. He's made a couple plays tonight.
Well, yeah, he played that perfectly. He went inside like he was supposed to, get a pressure on the quarterback, kept his shoulder square. When he recognized the screen, he immediately went down the line of scrimmage. He didn't go after the screen guy. He went down the line of scrimmage and met him at the point of attack there.
That's textbook.
Yes, it is. They're extremely well coached. Eddie Evanston obviously knows his football, so does his staff.
Eddie Evanston, the head coach of the Colonel, defending 5A state champions, Covington Catholic, and they had about 10 or 12 of their games were running clock last year. Pass over the middle, trying to go to Steiner, incomplete. Trying to set up a screen, and Steiner was there, but the pass was kind of tipped a few times before it got to him.
Well, that was a really good job by some of the Henry Clay players. I'm pretty impressed. They got in there, got their hands up, and forced the quarterback to throw it over their hands, and that just didn't work.
Zach Allen and also Halverstadt, the defensive end, Hemmer, do a good job up there. Zach Allen's a nose tackle. So 3rd and 10 at the 24-yard line. 3rd down with 3.5 minutes to go first half.
Pressure from the
Van
outside.
Horn throws it deep downfield, and it is caught
nice
down
job.
to the 45, and it's caught by Kimball. Jordan Kimball. He waited for it, turned around, and it finally kicked down.
Watch this again, Gary. The quarterback gets a big lick on it, comes from the backside. Look how fast the defensive end's coming, untouched. Bam, plants him. Now in the pros, that would have been a penalty on the defense for that tackle.
Yep.
For laying your weight on top of the quarterback.
Steiner gets the handoff, goes left, and he is pulled down on a great play by Halverstadt. Boy, I tell you, this Halverstadt kid, 6'2", 215-pounder, he's been all over the field tonight.
You can't get outside them. What they've done is they've scouted Henry Clay, and they know Henry Clay has such speed that their whole defense now is just quick, fast people, and they're going down the line of scrimmage and keeping them inside. So what do? You've got to figure out a way to get the ball to your athletes.
DJ Van Horn out of the shotgun again at the 48. Second down. Low snap. Takes it. Fires over the left side. Intercepted. Picked off. And it's intercepted by Sumi. Duncan Sumi, the senior corner, makes the pick.
That was a ball. That was a Whitney rule, we call it. Where the ball bounces off somebody, and the play goes against the quarterback, but it really wasn't the quarterback's fault.
UPS replay. It was just knocked up in the air there by Jackson, and then Sumi came up there and made the interception.
Textbook tackle, though, by Ramon Jackson on that. He just was mad.
Knocked the ball up in the air, and Ramon Jackson, and then Sumi picked it off. So with 2:31 to go, here comes Covington Catholic again at the 44-yard line. Twins to the bottom, and quarterback Jacob with Caleb rolling to the left. Sets up, throws it downfield, and it is caught. And is it inbound? The official says yes at the 38. What a catch over there by Coburn, Zach Coburn.
What a throw, too. Watch his, he rolls to the left. He's a right-handed quarterback, puts a lot of zip on the ball, puts it right there. Now, remember, in high school, only one foot has to be in bounds, not both, one.
So Coburn with a nice catch. He's a big target at 6'3". Michael Mayer's 6'6". Sumi's 6'2". Jack Coldiron's 6'5", Coach.
See, that's really an advantage in high school.
That's a huge advantage. Michael Mayer's slot to the left. Coburn's they got twins out to the top. McGinnis to the left. Little quick pass out to Coburn. Gets a block to the 30. Coburn cuts it to the 25, 20, to the 15, and hauled down from behind. And catching him from behind is going to be Nate Steiner, but there is a flag down
the
offensive line.
Right about the line of scrimmage there.
Yep. Steve Tressler does the public address here now. We mentioned the officials tonight. We'll mention them again. Referees Jimmy Powell, umpires David Cornelius, linesman Andy Cecil, line judge Raymond Lightfoot, and back judge Tyler Purdon. That's a good Central Kentucky Football Officials Association crew right there.
Yeah, illegal participation on one of the players.
Coach will have the Roberts Insurance halftime report here in a minute 55 here and counting with 31-0 Covington Catholic. This score kind of surprises me, Coach. Not that Covington Catholic's winning. They're an excellent football team, but I'm surprised that Henry Clay hasn't put up some points.
I would like to figure out why the illegal participation, because two hands on the top of the head is illegal participation. One hand on the top of the head is illegal receiver downfield. That's what I thought it was.
And tonight at 10 o'clock, catch Rick Shaw and Donnie Atkins for the Kentucky High School Scoreboard Show. It's on a network of 40 stations throughout Kentucky. It's the second highest rated network, second most radio stations to the Kentucky network, I believe. The Kentucky High School Scoreboard Show, they're in their 18th season. They've got scores. They've got coaches' interviews from all over the state. It originates here locally on 630 WLAP, the Kentucky High School Scoreboard Show. Rick and Donnie do a great job with that show, Coach.
They do, and I've caught it many years they've been on, and watching it, listening to it at night on the radio in the car on the way back from games. Also, Gary, when do you start the Scholastic Ball Report
We start
show?
Next Sunday. We will tape our first show next week, and the Scholastic Ball Report. We were going to get going this past week, but with all the interns getting a little late, we'll get all our interns, all our ducks lined up, and so we'll start. The first show will be September 2nd, Sunday, next week.
That is on the CW
Network. Lexington. Yeah. Scholastic Ball Report. We'll be in our 16th season. Twins to both sides for Jacob with McGinnis to his left. Casey McGinnis. And Jacob waiting for that. Caleb gives to McGinnis up the middle. McGinnis, and he is going to be collared and hauled down from behind. And good play turned in there by Henry Clay. And that's Robert Crosby, the 6'3" sophomore. Crosby making a nice play.
Nice play for a sophomore. Actually played that really well. Yeah, Henry Clay has settled down a little bit. They're a little better here in this quarter for sure.
Yeah.
And I think they've kind of figured some things out. Yeah. Now notice they've changed their they've changed their defense a little bit now.
Twins to both. And Jacob pump fakes, lose the ball, throws it downfield to Michael Mayer, and he jumps up, grabs it at the 20-yard line. First down.
That was a rebound, wasn't it? Jumped up and grabbed it.
The second time Mayer's done that. The first time he did it, it was a touchdown. Remember that with Jackson draped all over him.
Right, it was. And I think this is exactly the same play.
except the end zone was involved.
Yeah,
last
it's
time.
a little
quarterback
Fox.
almost dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's a Fox screen too. That's what it was. The outside receiver ran a screen or a little hitch. The inside receiver acted like he was going to block and went down the field.
Trips to the top for the Colonels. Under a minute to go. 49 seconds here in the first half. 31-0. They're on top. Jacob, delay draw to McGinnis. McGinnis up the gut. He cuts it out to the 10 and hit hard at the 11, maybe the 10-yard line.
Nice tackle again. Open field tackle is tough against McGinnis. It really is.
Yeah, McGinnis was dropped immediately, and Kev Cass going to call a timeout with 34 seconds.
Langston Jackson again out there, I'm telling you.
So it's 31-0. The last points that Covington Catholic put up was a 35-yard field goal by Granati. So you're right, Coach. It's like Henry Clay's solving a few things defensively, and but Covington Catholic has that big 31-0 lead.
When Henry Clay feels like that Covington Catholic is going to try to run the middle, or they're going to try to run those slow action passes where the quarterback doesn't leave the pocket, they leave the big man in there, all the big defensive linemen. If you take a look at this series, they pulled the big man out. They got the littler guys in there because they're betting that the Catholic is going to try to throw screens or throw the ball down the field. Let's get quicker people that can get to the screens.
Okay,
I've
got to ask you, Coach. We saw Covington Catholic last year. Okay, better this year or last year?
Better quarterback last year.
Okay, Jay Mayer was okay.
Yeah, better quarterback last year.
He was tough. He's in Miami of Ohio now.
Yeah, he was really good. He would sit back in the pocket, take a lot of pressure, and just put the ball on the receivers. Did a great job of reading the coverages.
But this young man's going to be good too. I mean, just give him time. He's only a sophomore.
This is the dark formation again. Take a look at it. You got more people on the right than the left.
Jacob fakes now. Looks, throws in the corner, and Michael Mayer, his second touchdown. It's going to be a running clock now because it's 37-0. So after 36, it's a running clock. So the second half will be a running clock. It'll be a quick second half, Coach.
Well, you know what's going to happen is with that running clock, where is it? What's that? Yeah, same thing. Running clock only stops for a few occasions, and that goes right into the second half. And it doesn't matter if the team catches up either.
Doesn't matter.
They keep running.
I guess a timeout, an injured player, and I think they do stop it on a score, don't they? So
Greg Spencer, watching it on PrepSpin, said, "Great video. We love the broadcast."
Here's the Granati extra point, and just like that, on a touchdown pass from Jacob to Michael Mayer, it is 38-0. Covington Catholic leading the Blue Devils of Henry Clay. Will come back. 28 seconds here in the first half. Remember, coming up on our Robertson shares the Michael Mayer hauling in that second touchdown pass of the season.
Okay.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
And remember, you Covington Catholic fans that are watching, we do not have anyone to help us with pronunciation, so we're doing the best we can. And kicking off will be, we assume it's Granati. I mean, that's how it's spelled anyway.
Right. That guy, I think it was only one person that we were.
Yeah, Summy instead of Sumi, I believe he said it was.
Yes.
Here's the kick taken by Jackson at the 10, 15, and he's to the 20, to the far side. He's at the 30, up to the 35, 30. A good return by Jackson.
Yeah, he's so dangerous. I mean, you have to really play it safe with him running the football.
So that'll do it with the running clock, and it's halftime, and the Colonels of Covington Catholic 38. And the Henry Clay Blue Devils nothing here at the Bluegrass Bowl on the campus of Lexington Catholic, Joseph K. Ford Stadium. We'll be back with the Roberts Insurance halftime report. Coach Mike Meehan does a terrific job with the Roberts Insurance halftime report. We'll have the UFOs, and you make the call. Some great stuff coming up at halftime. 38, we'll also have some stats for you. 38-0, the big stat. Colonels of Cov Cath on top here on PrepSpin.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Neighbor helping neighbor. At Whitaker Bank, we believe in giving back to our communities. Through our many sponsorships, we help provide our fellow Kentuckians with family-friendly fun and events, and scholarships to help students reach their dreams. We're invested in Kentucky, and more importantly, in you. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
The 100% Black Angus Betty Burger with hot, fresh, hand-cut fries. Only $4.99 at Double Dogs. And for a limited time, add a regular soft drink or tea for only 79 cents. Every day from 11 to 4 at Double Dogs.
I'm working again after being laid off, but it doesn't pay as well.
With the bills and everything else, sometimes it's a struggle just to put food on the table.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Sometimes the people that need help the most
are the very people that can least afford it.
So we've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. We've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. We want to make banking easier for you with personalized services like mobile banking, check your balances, transfer funds, and pay bills. It's banking on the go, anywhere, anytime. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin. Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky High School Athletic Directors Association.
My tax refund usually helps me.
Welcome back to Joseph K. Ford Memorial Stadium for the Lexington Traditional Bowl here at Bluegrass Stadium. Bluegrass Bowl. We got a little excited up here in the press box. Too much going on, but that's okay. Mike Meehan here. Welcome back. All Covington Catholic right now. 38-0 running clock. Things are tough for Henry Clay, although they did settle down in the second quarter and seem to be coming back in this game. Maybe get some stuff going, get some confidence here. Well, what we're going to do, like we always do at halftime, we're going to start with what we call our UFOs. That stands for Unheralded Football Overachiever. Now, I started this years ago. When I was coaching for many, many years, I realized that there were so many people in the program that do so much and get so much done, but they actually don't get any credit for what they do. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give them some credit. I talk to coaches from each team the week before the game, and I get them to give me some information on somebody involved in their program that goes above and beyond but gets little credit for their actions. So we're going to start with Covington Catholic. Covington Catholic Coach Evanston said that his UFO, his unheralded football overachiever, is Spencer Eiding. He's a student manager. Now, Spencer is a junior at Covington Catholic. Coach Evanston says that Spencer does an incredible job. He arrives at all practices and games before the players even set up the field. He's one of those early guys. He gets there early. He has all the equipment in the right places, fills the water caddies, and provides all the help that they need during practice. He does all the hard work, Coach Evanston says, all of this hard work with a smile on his face and complete dedication and a great attitude. Last year, says Coach Evanston, Spencer was the only manager on the field last year. And even though he was the only manager, he did everything. And I like the way Coach Evanston put it. He says, even though Spencer was the only manager, he completely rocked it out as a one-man band. So Spencer is a one-man band to the football team here and to Coach Evanston. This year we had a couple of other managers, Coach says. They joined the team, and Spencer has become a leader now of the group. So not only is he doing the work, but he's helping the younger guys, the newer people, figure out all the different aspects and all the nuances of being a manager for a major championship football team. He says that Spencer and the other guys make practice run efficiently as possible. In Coach Evanston's in his words, Spencer is a complete stud. Now, this is an example of a coach who loves his help. All you people watching this game, when you see Spencer, you tell him congratulations on being a UFO and being something really special for the Covington Catholic football team. Now, I regret to say that I didn't get any UFO from Henry Clay this time, but we'll cover him again, and we'll make sure that we get some UFOs from him the next time from Coach Simpson. That might be my fault, by the way. I used super social media to try to get a hold of him, and somebody told me that he probably goes more to his cell phone. So I'll apologize when I see Sam, and I'll get back with him on that. The next thing we'd like to do on the Robertson Insurance Halftime, this is the Robertson Insurance Halftime Show, by the way. Robertson, when you deal with the insurance with Robertson, you are assured of a good insurance policy. We do something called the rules of the game, or as Gary Ball calls it, you make the call. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a rule that was corrected a couple, I think last year, that made things a little bit easier for the officials and for us to understand. And the reason we're doing these rules are because a lot of times we as fans, we get all excited and upset when we see things, but we we don't quite know some of these complications involved in these rules. So we're going to call this the clean hands rule. That's what we're going to call it, the clean hands rule. Suppose, let's just do some supposition here. Suppose we're going to use the old rule now. An offensive player goes in motion and he goes forward, which is a penalty. It's a 5-yard penalty as the ball is snapped. Now, you can't go forward until after the ball is snapped. This, of course, is a 5-yard penalty. But the quarterback on the same play throws an interception. And while the interception is in progress, the guy running the ball, one of his teammates blocks somebody in the back. So let's look at that again. There's an illegal motion on the play. The whistle doesn't blow because the ball snapped right as he went forward. So there's an illegal motion on the play. The quarterback throws an interception. The 5-yard penalty flag is thrown for the illegal motion. But the quarterback throws an interception. On his way back running with the interception, one of his own players blocks a player in the back. So now we have a 5-yard penalty against the offense, a 15-yard penalty against the 5-yard penalty against the offense, and then a 15-yard penalty against the defense for an illegal block in the back on the interception. Okay, years ago, not too long ago, that would be offsetting penalties. The ball would come back, and the team that threw the interception would get the ball back. Even though they had the first penalty, the individual penalty on the illegal motion. All right, now it's different. At the end of the play, this is complicated, so listen now. At the end of the play, the intercepting team would have the options. The intercepting team, the team that has the ball now, in possession of the ball, would have the options. Number one, they could accept the penalty. Now picture that. If they accept the penalty, there's 5 yards would go against the offense, and they would retain the football on the interception. But they could decline the penalty. If they decline the penalty, then they would have 15 yards against the offense, but they would not retain the football. So basically what happened, 15 yards against the defense, and retain the football. That's the key. So the coach has to decide now, and the captain of the team, do I want 5-yard penalty, keep the interception, and take the ball there, or do I take the 15-yard penalty, which is going to hurt me,
right?
But it's a field position decision. So that's called the clean hands rule. We call that. So no longer is it offsetting penalties on a play like that. Penalty against the offense 5 yards, penalty against the defense 15 yards. What they're going to do is let the defensive team, the intercepting team, take the option. Okay, Gary, that's our rule for today, our UFO. You got some stats for us?
I sure do, Coach. McGinnis had 116 yards in that first half on 10 carries for Covington Catholic. Nate Steiner just for Henry Clay. They had hardly any positive yardage running. It was sad, just 3 yards. Most of them were negative. Langston Jackson, -5. Van Horn, the quarterback, of course, sacked a few times, -12. So -15 as a team. Van Horn was 7 of 13 for 70 yards. Did have the 1 pick. Langston Jackson had 4 catches, 29 yards. For the Covington Catholic Colonels, Jacob was 11 of 14, Coach. He's Mr. Efficiency, and he 154 and 3 touchdowns.
Right, 2 mistakes. 1 mistake overthrowing a receiver, and then 1 mistake when he kind of bobbled with the ball and didn't get quite a good look.
Michael Mayer had 6 catches, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
He's amazing. He's really amazing. Some of these guys, we listen to them and we hear these high school guys' names. We're going to hear them later, too.
Yeah, Michael Mayer's already committed to Notre Dame, so he'll be a player we'll hear a lot about. We've got about a minute or so before the second half. There will be a running clock. It's Covington Catholic 38 and Henry Clay nothing. We'll be back on PrepSpin.com.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
They say that being a Kentuckian makes you unique. At Whitaker Bank, we agree. we've always been unique. Whitaker Bank understands our communities and its people because we're from here. Kentucky owned, Kentucky based, always has been, always will be. Yeah, you could say we are a unique bank, and we're proud of it. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
I used
Back here at the Joseph K. Ford Stadium at the Bluegrass Bowl. Gary Ball, Mike Me, and William Warfield and Corey Rainey producing our video up top. Granati is set to kick off. And back deep are Langston Jackson and Ramon Jackson. Here's a Granati kick. It's low, and it's going to bounce around and scooped up at the 15 by Jackson. Jackson the 20. Jackson up to the 26-yard line. So that's where Henry Clay will start and go to work. With the running clock, it's 38-0. The Colonels on top. And Coach, your thoughts of that first half?
Well, my thoughts of the first half were the first quarter, Henry Clay just was completely confused, and we're having trouble with everything that Catholic was running. The Colonels were running the running plays, they were running jet sweeps, they were throwing the football well. Second quarter, they settled down. They started playing a little bit better defense, made some personnel changes on certain downs, let the big guys do their job inside, and they did better.
Steiner splits out to the bottom, and you've got DJ Van Horn out of the shotgun with backs each side. Sets up a screen over the middle, and it's incomplete. And Michael Mayer was trying to fight through the lineman there for Henry Clay to get that ball.
Yeah, he was trying to fight through, but that was a big guy to fight through, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that was number 54, Malik McAlpin. 10 minutes, 40 seconds in the third quarter. Second down for Henry Clay's DJ Van Horn, the son of Darren Van Horn. Slot to his left. Fires right side. It's caught. And Jackson up to the 30. Knocked backwards. 31-yard line maybe. Ramon Jackson with the catch. Pickup of about 5. We're to be 3rd down and 5.
Again, you have to block that first person. That first guy on these screen passes, on these little quick passes, you have to block that guy that's covering him. And let him beat the second guy.
So 3rd and 5 for Henry Clay. At the 30, they didn't give him the 31. They mark it at the 30-yard line. Van Horn, long count, out of the shotgun. A little pass, and it's incomplete. Jackson was trying to run it upfield before he caught the ball. And in coverage, Cold Iron.
Yeah, that ball went through his arms and had a nice little curl pattern. Would have been a first down, I think, but just let it get by him.
Summy was back there as well, Duncan. And it's going to be a punt forthcoming, and it'll be Jackson Blank and Casey McGinnis back deep for Covington Catholic.
The Colonels, state champions last year.
Undefeated state champions. They had a fine football team. I think they're the best team in the state last year, Coach.
I'm not going to argue with that.
With apologies to Trinity. This is the Bluegrass Bowl at Lexington Catholic coming up later tonight. Should be a much better ball game. I'll tell you what, though. Lexington Catholic out of the gate looked really good against Madison Southern, 51-12. Ryle got shellacked by this Covington Catholic team last week.
Ryle had a running back last year that just dominated. Power. Nice.
Punt by Wall, drives Blank back deep at the 35. He pirouettes, comes out to the 40, 45. He's to the midfield stripe down into Covington, down into Henry Clay territory to the 46-yard line. Good job there by Jackson Blank, a senior.
Another speed tackle again. Henry Clay, these guys, the Colonels returners look like they're breaking free, but they get run down every time by the speed. That was Chris Dabney that made that play.
Triple receivers out to the top. To the near side is Wyatt Schwartz. Motion by Michael Mayer to give him to McGinnis. Bobbles the ball, 45. McGinnis spins 40, and McGinnis all the way down close to the first down marker, the 41-yard line. Nearly a 10-yard run.
Look at the replay on this, Gary. The guy that goes in motion, watch this. The motion man traps the end. He kicks the end out. Watch. Bam, blocks the end out. That leaves a little gap in there.
Ben Bates there trailing the play. Seam 66 coming out with the defensive stop there. Clock will stop. That's the only way they can stop it. With an injured player down on the field, out to stop the clock. 7:47 to go in the third quarter. 38-0. Covington Catholic. Gary Ball with Mike Meehan, the former former coach of Bryan Station, Dunbar, head coach at Dunbar, former LCA coach, and Coach, am I missing anybody?
No, you're not missing anybody. That's three's enough.
And now broadcaster extraordinaire.
Yeah, stayed in Lexington. Love Lexington.
Yeah.
Love the football teams here in town. Respect all the coaches. Sam Simpson, known him for a long time. Respect him. Frank Parks over at Bryan Station. I'm a Frank Parks fan now. The way he's trying to turn things around over there.
And I believe Jalen Burbage was back in action, like they were going to take on Simon Kenton up in Northern Kentucky.
Right.
I think Jalen Burbage, their 3-year starter, was back in action tonight.
Good. I coached his dad, and Dad's 3 brothers, actually.
Wow. Cornell played in the NFL, didn't he?
Yes, Dallas Cowboys.
Trips it out to the left. Here's McGinnis up the gut. McGinnis, he won't get the first down. He's hemmed in and stabbed in the backfield. Good play by Ben Bates. Gets up a little fired up. McGinnis going to lose a couple of yards.
Wow,
on that
how about
play.
that? Now that's his first loss.
Yeah, they did give McGinnis the first down on that last play.
Man.
To the 36. It's going to be a loss of about a yard. It'll be second down and 11.
Henry Clay's got the big guys in there now. They're going to try to load it up in the middle. Let that secondary run free back there.
Wyatt Schwartz splits out to the bottom. Triple receivers out to the top. McGinnis to the right. And the quarterback's going to toss it to him. McGinnis down to the 30, 25-yard line. That's Tyler Royce. The 6'1", 175 senior quarterback is in there now at quarterback spot.
The difference between Henry Clay's defense and Covington Catholic's defense, watch the pursuit. Henry Clay's pursuit gets there late. Covington Catholic's pursuit's getting there right now.
Yeah.
The defensive end played it perfectly. He turned it back inside.
Ben Bates making yet another play.
He's really kicking it up, isn't he? I like the option, though. That's a good idea. Didn't know they had that in their playbook.
Well, they brought Tyler Royce in to run that option.
It's a good idea. Give the kid a shot. It looks like, he knows what he's doing. He's got control of the offense.
McGinnis is to his right. Fakes now to McGinnis. Keeps it himself. 20. He's at the 15. Royce down to the 10 and chased down and stopped by Dabney.
Nice run. Good job. Kept his shoulders down. Ball's tucked nicely. They've got another little weapon going here, Gary. Again, you can see the defenses. The big guys are in there.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 10, Coach.
I don't think the Colonels want any part of running up over the middle with the defensive line, the nose guard, and the 2 tackles. So they're really doing a good job of hitting outside, blocking the edge man, and getting inside him.
Johnny Shue and Malik split out to the top. Schwartz to the bottom. Give them to Casey McGinnis. Hit, and he breaks the tackle at the 25. There he reverses to the 20 and run out of bounds. Here's a flag down. Flags come up down. It's going to be a late hit there on Henry Clay, tackling McGinnis way out of bounds.
Yeah, we're going to see that again. I think there might have been offsetting penalties on this one. Let's see. You got to wrap them up and make the tackle. Right there. They may have called Henry Clay for a block in the back, even though they're on defense. That is a defensive call, by the way. So you have a live ball, dead ball maybe here, Gary. That's why they're talking. If both these plays are against Henry Clay, it's a live ball, dead ball.
So what do you think of the next ball game, Ryle and Lexington Catholic, Coach?
I haven't seen Catholic this year. We haven't seen either of these teams. Blocking the back.
Against Covington Catholic.
And
dead ball, personal foul against Henry Clay.
Right.
2 flags on the play. There was a block in the back on the offense and a personal foul on the defense.
So that'll move it down to the 12-yard line.
Honestly, I think the official missed the first one. I think the block in the back was the Henry Clay guy trying to get to the runner. He went through the back of another player, of a Catholic player. But hey, if I was Henry Clay, I'd be happy with that.
So Tyler Royce, the 6'1 senior. Tyler, a backup quarterback for Cov Cath. A.J. Mayer is playing up in Miami, Ohio. He'll be a superstar up there. Here's Tyler Royce, keeper to the 5, and he's going to get in, walk in. There's a flag down.
There's another
Tyler
flag.
Royce. And there's a flag down. Hold the phone. Flag down in the area of the offensive line. Yeah, there it is right there. Ben Bates got grabbed.
You got to grab it, hold, yeah.
Grabbed from behind.
He sure did.
Yep, that was a good call.
Grabbed his shoulder pad.
He grabbed him and almost pulled him down.
He did.
So it was almost a good tackle.
Yep. That's a good break. Come on, Henry Clay.
That brings it back to the 18. So Covington Catholic back at the 18-yard line now. Roosh? I think that's what I've been calling him. Tyler Roosh. No, the PA guy. Tyler Roosh, the quarterback. Tyler Roosh, and handoff McGinnis to the 16, and he's hemmed in right there. McGinnis, 5'11", 180-pound senior.
I'm not sure we're going to see too much of McGinnis in the fourth quarter here. He's definitely a name that we're going to hear all year long for this Colonels team.
Covington Catholic will have another really good basketball team. They won the state basketball championship last year, too, and football.
Mm-hmm.
And had the best student section in the state. Triple whammy. Roosh to the near side to Schwartz. Schwartz catches. He's to the 13-yard line. We're to be 3rd down and goal from there on the catch by Wyatt Schwartz.
Yeah, they're slowing the game down, too. Dorian Harden came across really well on that for Henry Clay, but missed the tackle. Just kind of slipped by him. They're slippery players, I tell you. This Covington Catholic team's got some athletes.
I have offensive line in there of Summy, Jones, Black, Halverstadt, and Sora. It's still the 5 that started on that offensive line. Here's Roosh to the corner, incomplete. Threw it high over there. Yeah. Intended receiver was Wyatt Schwartz.
There's a standard rule that a lot of coaches go by, where when you get inside the 20, you run your corner route to the back pylon. Outside the 20, you can run it to the front pylon. Well, they ran it to the front pylon, and the defense squeezes too much over there. It's pretty hard to complete a corner route, a pylon route to the front pylon.
They're going to place it down at the 19. The holder will be Jackson Blank, kicker Granati. Waiting for the be a 29-yard field goal. Here's near hash mark. Kick is up, and it is straight through. So the Colonels of Covington Catholic 41. The Henry Clay Blue Devils nothing. We'll be back here to Joseph K. Ford Stadium with the Bluegrass Bowl here from Lexington Catholic on PrepSpin.com.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Did you?
Maybe. Welcome back here to Joseph K. Ford Stadium on the campus of Lexington Catholic. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, William Moorfield, the king of stream, and Corey Ramey, our videographer, up top of the press box. So 41-0, Covington Catholic. Does that surprise you, Coach?
It surprises me. Yeah, the nothing surprises me. The 41 does not surprise me. The 0 surprises me.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Henry Clay hasn't scored in this ball game. Nothing against Covcast defense, but Henry Clay's really high-powered offense with all that speed, and they haven't got outside tonight. Here's the Granati kick, and it's a low kick. Will be Jackson at the 10.
Come this way, Jackson.
20. Jackson the 25, and Raymond Jackson gets up near the 30-yard line. That's where Henry Clay will go to work, and just a minute 5 to go. Just 62 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Coach. Be, of course, running clock with the score above 36.
Yeah, it'll be a real quick fourth quarter. But again, Henry Clay, they need to get something going. They definitely want. You got to get some pride here now. You're playing against a team that was a state champion last year, an undefeated state champion. But that doesn't mean a thing right now. You've got to get something going so you're ready for your next game.
Trace Clay has come into the ball game. He splits out to the near side out there with Ramon Jackson. And Steiner's in the backfield with DJ Van Horn. Slots to the left side. Van Horn back in the shotgun. Throws it deep down the left side, and it's a jump ball and incomplete. Trying to go to Jackson.
Yeah, you got to pull the trigger sooner. Those safeties get over there, and they just really hang with you. So it'd be a really good idea to just pull that trigger as soon as that guy.
That should do it for the third quarter as the clock winds down. We'll be back here with the fourth quarter. The Colonels of Covington Catholic, #1 in the state, 41. The Blue Devils of Henry Clay, nothing. We'll be back here with the fourth quarter from Joseph K. Ford Stadium on PrepSpin.com.
Did you know, in addition to education assistance, UPS now provides housing for qualified employees? Through the UPS Kentucky Living Options and Opportunities Path, also known as UPS Kentucky Loop, you can work part-time in Louisville, go to school at Jefferson Community and Technical College, and receive housing for up to 2 years. Earn a degree or learn a trade. It's up to you. Loop benefits are available to those who live outside the Louisville metro area, whether you're just starting college or going back to school. It's time to get in the loop. For more information, visit upsjobs.com. That's upsjobs.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get.
Welcome back here to the fourth quarter action. Back to pass is Van Horn, airs it down the near side, incomplete. Clock continues, 11:42 to go, and we're probably getting an update on the second ball game.
Yeah, Ryle's down there warming up. Looks like they're getting fired up down there in the baseball field.
Yep, Ryle Raiders out of Union, Kentucky. They're up there in my neck of the woods. Boone County High School, just down the street there in Florence.
It is in Boone County. Ryle's in Boone County.
It's in Boone County. Yep, it's out in Union. Pretty affluent area. And they will take on Lexington Catholic. Of course, next Friday, I think we'll be at Lafayette. Lex Catholic Lafayette is our game next Friday here on Mingua Beef Jerky Game of the Week. Van Horn back to pass, third down.
Nice.
Looking left side, and a throw incomplete. Receiver falls down.
Yeah, they're just throwing the ball deep now every play.
Clock continues.
Just write down what you want MVP.
They just handed us a piece of paper, and we're supposed to pick the MVP of the game. So.
Michael Mayer. He did it on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that one.
$10 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the game, and we're going to have a timeout called on this fourth down. Timeout called, so they'll stop the clock. 10:22 to play. The Colonels of Covington Catholic, they had running clocks last year like 10 times, Coach. And, you know, the problem with that is you don't put up real impressive stats when you have running clocks, you know, in the second half.
Yeah, you do, because a lot of times you put subs in there too, you know, when you get way ahead like that. So not only do you not put up the stats because your offense and defense aren't in there all the time for longer periods of time, but you know you want to put people in there. You want to give people a shot. Parents are out here watching. They're watching on PrepSpin.com.
Yeah, they're watching, you know? And we got to get our. I gave my star of the game to Michael Mayer.
Me too. I did too. I mean, he's outstanding.
Yeah, he had those big touchdown catches and did it from a linebacker spot defensively.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Very impressive.
There's a reason he's going to Notre Dame, Coach. He's good.
Yeah, let's see this punt here, Gary. See if we can get a good punt.
There's Graham Walden to punt. He's been a busy guy tonight. He's had punt, snaps go over his head, falling down. This one's almost blocked, and it's going to be bounding around by Covcath, and they'll go down to the 30-yard line. And that's where they'll have it, right there at the 30-yard line. Covington Catholic will go to work. I would think that we're going to see some new players.
I would hope so. With, you know, Henry Clay.
Gave it to a defensive player. So it'll be first down up near the 30 for Covington Catholic. Tyler Roy Shinnick, quarterback for the second series. Royce now gives left side, and let's see the ball carrier.
Tackle.
And that's going to be Sam France, a sophomore running back.
Good. You got a different runner in there.
Well, they didn't bring in Jacob Shriver. He's normally the backup.
Could be hurt. You never know. Different quarterback?
Yep, looks like they brought in their third string.
Number 18.
And that's Noah France. No, he. Timeout for injury. There's a Henry Clay player with cramps.
Yeah, it looks like he's cramping in his leg. You're
at
right.
the 42-yard line. 8:57 to play. Covington Catholic is going to win. They're going to win going away. They're up 41-0. Covington Catholic goes to 2-0 in the season. They've got Cooper next week. Cooper's a little down this year, so they should be 3-0 going into one of their toughest tests when they play Kings, Ohio. Kings almost beat them last year.
That'll be tough. Where's Cooper located?
That's in Burlington.
Same place up in that area.
Mm-hmm. They're not very good this year. Boone County's not very good this year.
Did they play last week?
No, they played the first game tonight, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, you know
might
what?
be better.
They might be better.
Might be better this
They've
year.
got to be better.
Yeah, they got to be better than they have been. Second down. I could say that. That's my alma mater. Here's a handoff, right side, and breaking tackles up to the 27-yard line goes Johnny Shue.
Missing a good game.
It's probably a good thing his parents didn't name him Jimmy.
Jimmy Shue. Missing a good game up in Western Pennsylvania tonight. My buddies are all going. They're dedicating a new stadium at the high school I played at. They built a brand new artificial turf stadium near the school, right up behind the school. And my brother had a lot to do with that. He was superintendent of schools when that was going on.
Yep.
And he had a lot to do with getting that built.
Well, we do have a
wish him
shout.
congratulations.
You got the Brixie shout-outs. We want to give them all a shout-out there.
We did that once.
They're watching tonight down in Orlando, Atlanta.
And we're going to do it again.
Yep.
I like those people.
Handoff goes left side and breaking tackles.
Ooh, nice.
And that's going to be Ryan Schneider.
That's much better pursuit that time, wasn't it?
Check that. Yes, that was. That was number 9, Ryan Schneider. That wasn't. So Schneider with the.
You got a job now. You have to write them in. They're putting people that weren't even on the depth chart.
Here comes a new.
That's a shout out, by the way, to Jack and Diane Estridge in Cedarville, Ohio. In Atlanta, Georgia, Greg Brixey. And in Orlando, Florida, Rob Brixey. Hi, guys. Thanks for watching.
Well, wasn't your night tonight if you're a Henry Clay fan, which we know you are because you're Brixey's. But Matt's played well.
Yeah, he has.
Had a big sack in the first half.
Yeah, that had to feel good.
Here's the punt, and it's going to be short and bounds around, taken at the 30, 35, and running hard, doing a good job with it out is going to be Kobe Neal.
Yeah, Kobe did a nice job with that.
Kobe Neal took it up to the 40-yard line. Henry Clay Blue Devils. We'll probably see a lot of backup players here for Cov-Cath. Yep, see a lot of new guys in there.
Yeah, I would hope so. Henry Clay probably is going to leave some of their starters in to try to get no coach wants a shout out, Gary. You don't want a shout out. You want to at least get something on the board.
6 minutes, 23 seconds to go. And
Marco Wingate's a fan of yours, Gary.
Hello, Marco.
He's he must be president of your fan club.
Well, I appreciate that. I need a fan club.
Well, you are the best. There's no question.
Well, I appreciate that, Coach. You're partial. And there's a handoff by a backup running back over there on the far side of the field. I'm trying to get my glasses on that young man. As we say, he's blocked by the entire team. It's 26 there for Henry Clay. We haven't seen him all year. Trey Simmons.
Nice. Come on, Blue Devils.
So we'll see who's in the backfield now. DJ Van Horn. Out of the gun again. Long count. And he gives up the gut. Running hard with the football is Walker Champa, 27.
Nice job. Good job of blocking out there, too. Number 53, Philip Thompson. Nice job. 6'4", 320-pound senior. Way to go, Philip.
Musa Kaluta, 5'6", 155 senior. He's in there now in the backfield. Second down at the 45. 5 minutes to go in this game. Waiting for the snap. Van Horn back pressure. Throws it left side. It's caught, and it's down to the 35 and down to the 30-yard line is Godfrey, and the ball comes out. And let's see, was Henry Clay able to jump back on it? Cov-Cath, I think, got it. They did. Cov-Cath got on the ball.
You want to see that again. Let's take a real close look at this. We'll see if he was down. No, he was not down. That ball came out.
And it was laying underneath his back, and the Cov-Cath player saw that and just pulled it out of there.
Yeah, back is not possession.
No, that's true. We need to make that a rule.
Yeah, make it a rule. Make it back as a possession.
Just 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go in this one. Cov-Cath 41 and Henry Clay nothing here at the Bluegrass Bowl. We'll have the second game tonight. We'll be back with Lexington Catholic and Ryle. That should be a much better ball game than this one. This was kind of over after the first quarter.
Yeah, it was. Actually, Henry Clay played better in the second quarter.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Things just got out of hand for him.
So first down at the 30. And handoff goes left side, breaking. No, he doesn't break the tackle as going down Schneider. Ryan Schneider, the quarterback, was Noah Powers. The third string quarterback is in there tonight.
Yeah, Ashton Foose, super job of coming up. See how quick he came up to make that tackle?
You know what Ashton Foose is, Coach? I'll tell you right now, he's the backup quarterback for Henry Clay.
He is. Well, he's a darn good secondary man coming in like that.
He played some defense last week in that win for over Tate's Creek. They played Douglas tonight. What's your take on that one?
Oh, Douglas all the way. They're just, I think they're loaded this year again.
So 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this one. France looking, comes to the near side. It's caught and to the 32-yard line. That's Shields, Ezzy Shields.
Ezzy Shields, nice play, and 21 for Henry Clay. Anthony Sharp came up and made a nice tackle on that.
Good call, Coach. 2 minutes. Noah Powers completes his pass. Covington Catholic will move on to take on Cooper with that 2-0 record. And Henry Clay was shut out tonight, at least so far, with 2:35 to play. And they'll go back to the drawing board, Coach.
Now they need a big defensive play right here, right now. Big defensive play on third down.
Powers.
Option.
Pitches now. Option to the 35.
21 again.
And that's going to be Ethan Kennedy. Kennedy, well, he was really fighting for that first down. I don't think he got it, about a half a yard shy.
Yeah, I think so. Number 21 made that tackle again.
Yeah, that is Anthony Sharp, the junior.
Yeah, nice job, Anthony.
He'll be back next year for Henry Clay.
Fourth down, there's 2 minutes to go. They'll probably go for it. Fourth and real short. We need Big Brixie and that other big defensive tackle in there. We need those starters. They put a stop to anything up the middle.
Yeah, they've got a couple of linemen, different linemen in there. That's Cedric Dixon.
This is the 14th straight.
Also Robert Crosby.
14th straight Henry Clay game that Henry Clay's played in this bowl.
Fourth.
Oh, Covington Catholic. Yeah.
Long count, fumble, and let's see.
Henry Clay's
got the ball at the 37-yard line. Recovered out of there. It's recovered by Musa Kaluta. Kaluta got the fumble recovery.
Better hustle because that clock's moving.
It's moving. Minute 15. Look at Kaluta come busting in there and get that ball.
I like that guy. I tell you what, I bet he gets a lot more playing time.
I bet he does too, Coach.
He's done really well.
37-yard line. Minute 2 to go. 41-0. Covington Catholic, Henry Clay. They've got in the backfield. They've got Musa back there. Kaluta. He's in the backfield. Triple set out to the left. And rolling that way is Van Horn. Van Horn on the roll. Sets, throws it back near side, and it's going to be incomplete. And wanting a flag badly was Godfrey, and I think he might have a point.
I think he has a point. We'll check that out again.
I think number 4, David Johnson, was definitely David Brunson, he was contacting him there before the ball got there.
Timeout probably by Henry Clay here, obviously.
Yep.
Can you see that one again, William?
Yeah, if we can look at that again, you're going to see number 4 get there a little bit early for Covington Catholic, but no flag on the play. Here we go. The Kentucky Loop, UPS Kentucky Loop replay.
We can go back far enough, bud.
Yep. See that again. Williams queuing it up for you, Coach.
There we go.
Here we go. He rolls to the left and to bide time, and he came back to the near side, Coach.
Can you slow-mo it?
There he goes right there, and he comes back to the near side, and
well, no, he kind of fell.
Incidental. Yeah, he fell. Incidental contact. And
that was a good acting job. I think the drama department in Henry Clay's got a new star.
And he's Jacoby Godfrey.
Yep. You're going to remember that.
Well, thanks for we appreciate the folks watching tonight, and watch the second game, Lexington Catholic and Ryle. It'll be a good one. That'll come up. William, did they give us a starting time on that second game?
I think it's 30 minutes after this one.
30 minutes after this ball game. So this one, it'll be about 8:30. Back is Van Horn. Pocket. Hit and sacked.
How does he do
38-yard line, and that might do it. Let's say get a play off in a hurry. And Van Horn gets up and says, hey, you want a box?
You know what?
He's a tough kid.
He did it again. He bobbled the ball and caught it himself. That's the second time in this game. He's got some hands.
15 seconds. DJ Van Horn. Back in the pocket. Steps up, breaks a sack, breaks a tackle, and that's all the way down to the 30. That's going to do it. 2 seconds, 1. And Covington Catholic shuts out Henry Clay 41-0 here to Joseph K. Ford, Bluegrass Bowl coach, and there was no doubt really from the start.
No doubt from the first quarter. They were just Henry Clay was outmatched. They probably didn't play the game that they would like to play. I'm sure they're going to look at the film and see a lot of mistakes and come back better next week. Sam Simpson doing some handshaking.
So 41-0 as Covington Catholic wins over Henry Clay. They'll name the star of the game. Are we going to? So we'll take a break and then come back with the second game. It'll be Ryle and Lexington Catholic pregame in about 20 or 25 minutes here. 41-0. Covcath wins it for William Orfield, Mike Meehan, Corey Ramey, Gary Ball. Stay with us for the Bluegrass Bowl. Second game coming up in about 20 minutes.